You guys, I decided to take a page out of Tati's book and leak the new Oden's Eye collection. So if you want to hear my thoughts and see two eye looks, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so if you haven't been on Instagram yet today and you're seeing my video first, then I was just kidding. Oden's Eye did announce this collection, so you can go ahead and check it out here, or you can go on Instagram, but either which way, they have a new collection coming. So this is the Eternal Twilight palette, and we also have some new blushes and highlighters. I have everything swatched, so I want to show it to you really quick. I didn't do close-ups of everything because some of the shades look very similar, but this is the eyeshadow palette really quickly. I just want to show you guys. And then we have three highlighters. So we have like a green, a purple, and a blue highlighter, and these are the luminous highlighters. We have Dim Glow, we have the shade Subtle Radiance, and then we have Gentle Firefly, which is the more purpley shade. So these come in these beautiful white compacts with kind of this like golden shade on the inside. These are exactly the same as the compacts they've had in the past. It's just a different color, which I think is nice because it makes it easy to see the products in your makeup drawers depending on how you store stuff. And then we have three products that they call blushers, and basically these are new blush shades and they're quite a bit darker than the previous shades they've come out with. So one is this kind of like shimmery blush, which you'll see a close-up of. I don't think I've used a lot of these on my face yet, but I plan to so that I can give you guys my thoughts. And then we have two matte blushes. One is called Radiant Flame and the other one is called Luminous Heat. So one's a coral and one's a hot pink shade. I think that these are very pretty colors, and I'm happy to see Oden's Eye is kind of increasing their variety of shades and maybe trying to cater to a medium and deep complexion. One thing that I will say is I would love to see them do neutral shades with more pigmentation to them and also different tones, because I feel like a lot of their blushes kind of lean cool tone and a little bit more gray. So I would love to see neutral shades, but ones that are more tan girl friendly. So that's just something that I thought of while I was looking at these. I feel like a lot of brands that think of shades that cater to deeper complexions, they immediately think of bright shades. And I feel like there's a way to do interesting colors that work on deeper skin tones that aren't just always the brightest shades. So that's just my 2 cents, of course, but these are really pretty. I can see the difference in the shades now that I'm holding them up side by side, but I swear when I first unboxed these, I was like, I can't tell the difference, but now I can see one is more pink and one is more coral. So you'll see that in the swatches as well, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys my thoughts. So let me tell you a little bit about this collection. This is the Luminous and Shadow collection, and it is launching on the 20th. This collection draws inspiration from Norse mythology, specifically from the gods of light and darkness. So we have the god of light, purity, and beauty, and then we have the blind god that is often associated with darkness, whose actions led to the sorrow and shadow in the world. So that's interesting. I love learning a little bit about what inspired the collection. And then we have these shadow blushers. So they retail for $20.90, and then the luminous highlighters will retail for $22.90, in case you were wondering. The interplay between light and darkness has inspired us to create this 24 shade eyeshadow palette. It features a stunning collision of warm and cool tones, along with highlighters themed around light and blushers themed around darkness. We hope you'll fall in love with this unique new collection. The palette's going to retail for $56.90, and this is, I believe, the biggest palette Oden's Eye has done that I've seen. I don't think they've done a palette this big before. And the collection is going to launch on September 20th, and that'll be at 10 a.m. Central Time, which is my time zone. So yeah, I have had a lot of fun playing with this behind the scenes. I've already created one eye look, so let's go ahead and see how it turned out. I'm gonna go into this shade called Hoder, I think is how you say it. It's like a really grungy gray blue shade, and we're gonna put that in the crease. so pigmented and pretty. It's blending really nicely. Okay, that's such a pretty color. I'm gonna go into this shade called Ashes, which is a lighter gray shade, and we're gonna put that on the inner half of the crease as well as kind of blend it into the darker shade just to create a nice gradient effect as per usual. Okay, I really love how those cool tone mattes are pairing together. Okay, so before I keep deepening up the outer corner, I'm going to go in with this beautiful green shimmer all over the lid. Love these flat brushes from Sigma for shimmers. This is the E54. I just think it's perfect at picking up product. I'm excited. Okay, let's see here. Ooh. These are my kinds of shimmers. So like opaque and sparkly, and I just love this shade of green. I can't tell you guys enough. I think there's a million other shades that would pair better with these mattes on this side of the palette, but I just had to try this green out first. This is the first shimmer I dipped into in this palette, and I'm sure none of you are surprised. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's so sparkly. Okay, I used the Natasha Denona Macro Tech Eye Crayon in the shade Willow in the waterline. The other day I actually found time to organize and kind of declutter my eyeliners, which was quite shocking because I feel like I never have time for that. But I'm just taking this BK Beauty brush from the Hot and Flashy collection, and I'm going to go into the shade Hoder again, and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line, just like really close, but blending it out and just kind of bringing it up to the outer corner as well, because I like for it to be nice and blended, and that's creating a pretty smoky eye look with a pop of color on the lid. I don't think I've ever done this color combination before. This shade of green is pretty bright, but I think it's pairing really nicely with the cool tone grays. This freaking mirror has a giant smudge on it. It's making it so hard for me to see what I'm doing. This is driving me bananas. Okay, I'm gonna go into this dark brown shade called Blackest. I think that's a brown. Maybe it's black. I don't know. But I'm going to use it on the very outer corner here and just kind of blend a little bit on the lower lash line as well as the outer corner. Okay, so of course I want to use my Oden's Eye stuff the most, but I just feel like for this color combo I want to use a more neutral blush so I can use the funner shade of highlight. So I'm just going in with Sundress Season from Fenty. I bought these and I haven't worn them enough, so I might as well take the time to try these out with this look. This is definitely the most neutral shade I bought from this collection, so I figured I'd go ahead and pair it with this look since the eyes are kind of doing the work here. This shade feels so gently pigmented. I'm not sure how I feel about that blush, but let's go ahead and use, this is the shade Dim Glow. It's L101, and it's a really pretty like green shifting highlighter with a sheer base. So you can see like the light sparkles, but there's no like green base to it, which is nice. Definitely feels very heavy on the sparkles. Hopefully my camera is picking it up, but I'm just gonna put a little bit on where I usually put on my highlighter. I definitely feel like a nymph princess queen, but hopefully you guys can see that. Anyways, the first look is done with the new Oden's Eye collection, so I'm gonna fix myself up and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, so here is the first look with the Oden's Eye Eternal Twilight palette. What do you guys think? I'm low-key super into this. Of course, this is my first look, so I don't know what the rest of them will be, but I had to use the screen. You guys know that. So let me tell you what else is on my face really quick. I am wearing the new Huda Easy Blur Foundation in the shade Gingerbread. I'm testing this out because I just got it yesterday. For concealer, I just used an old Urban Decay concealer. And then for bronzer, I'm wearing the one from Rare Beauty, the cream bronzer stick. So that's everything on my face today that you didn't really see me apply. And then as far as my lip goes, it's the NARS Explicit Lipstick in Body Heat. And I paired it with the shade Quicksand from Oden's Eye. This is a really pretty brown gloss. So I thought, let me go ahead and throw that on because I love this lip color. I also did put a little bit of that highlighter on my inner corner just to add a pop. So this is the finished look. Now let's go ahead and get into another look with this collection. Okay, I've been staring at this palette for a bit now, and this shade Warmness really needs to go in the crease, I think. So typically the neutral look for me is like a less colorful look, but I think this one is gonna be a little bit more colorful, but I'm gonna try and make it something that people might want to wear like to work and stuff. Like I try to keep that in mind. It's just something I started doing to make my videos a little bit more interesting, because I feel like with so many of these indie brands, there's so many videos that get posted when collections are announced, and I mean, how can you decide like what to watch? There's so many. So I'm hoping that by doing kind of two different options, it's adding value to your life. So hopefully it's still working out for you guys, but I love doing colorful eye looks. And sometimes I'm just like craving a pink crease. So that looks super cute. And of course for the outer corner, I want like a bright pink like the shirt I have on. So I'm just gonna go into the blush actually. I was gonna use a shade in the palette, but I think I would be kind of here for the monochromatic vibe. So I'm actually gonna see if the blush will work in the outer corner. I'm just gonna tuck that in to my crease just to give it some depth. But if you're craving like a neutral brown look, there's definitely options for a beautiful warm eye look as well. Wow, that pink blush actually really did it the way I wanted it to, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so I really want to play with this shade called Boulder, I think is how you say it. That is the god of light, according to the little blurb I read you guys at the intro portion of this video. So I think that'll be such a pretty color on the lids, because in the pan it literally just looks like a rainbow. Like we took little pieces of a rainbow and like smushed it into the pan. So it's kind of one of those marble shades, and it's definitely the most interesting looking shade in the pan. For some reason, this shadow looks like it needs something to grip onto because it looks very chunky and textured. So I didn't do this with my first look, but I'm gonna use glitter glue for this look because I wanna make sure that the shadow has something to stick to, and I wanna do obviously the best review for you guys. So I'm just putting a little bit of the NYX glitter glue on my lid. I'm gonna take a dense brush to pick up the eyeshadow with, and I'm just gonna pack that on to the lid. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. So it's definitely a sheer base, but it's got tons of like pink and green sparkles. It's got the prettiest pink shift to it. This is the type of eyeshadow where I'm glad I put some of the matte eyeshadow on the lid, because there's no base shade, so it looks like there's nothing underneath there if you don't put some eyeshadow on. But you definitely want to use a dense brush like this, because I think it picks up the shadow better than if you just use something that's less dense. So I'm going to take some more glitter glue and put it on the other eye. That is so cute. I love it. It looks so subtle, but I really hope that you guys can see how pretty this shade is. It's so fun, and I feel like it's almost like what the youngins are doing these days, because it's not like a very over-the-top eye look. And that shade I feel like is so interesting, but it's also like, I don't want to call it subtle, but it's like, it kind of is giving like old bunny. Like it's like, I'm here, I know you can see me, but I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. I'm just gonna sit here and just exist and be beautiful. And that's that kind of vibes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Okay. Just reapplying a little bit of the shimmer. Oh, this is so cute. I feel so girly. Oh. Okay, let's put on some eyeliner quick so I can finish up this look. Okay, I don't know what shade this is, but this is Tarte's Fake Awake eyeliner pencil. I can try and remember to link it down below for you guys. Okay, I did take some of that shimmer shade and pressed it on my lids with my finger because I really wanted to amp up the shimmer on the lids a little bit more. I don't know, I felt like it needed just a little bit extra. So let me know if you notice it. I'm going to take this little Alter Ego brush and we're just going to use the same shades that I used on the lid in the lower lash line. So let's start off with the more bright pink shade and we'll just run that right here so that we can blend it up into the outer corner. I'm so glad I decided to try the blush as an eyeshadow because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would have made it work, but I'm not really like a big MacGyver when it comes to things like this, and I feel like I really did something there. So don't burst my bubble, okay? Let me live in blissful ignorance about the epicness of my use of blush as eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm contemplating if I should deepen up the eye look some more, but I feel like I should just let it be and live in my Barbie world. Are you guys keeping up with the Barbie and Stanley collection? Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting about them. But the only one I really want is like the pink one, like the pink Barbie one. And I think that comes out this weekend, so we'll see. I'll probably miss it because I'm just not that good at staying on top of these things now. I just have mom brain all the time. Anyway, this is cute. Okay, okay. So I'm gonna put mascara on after I finish playing with the blushes. So since I use this shade as a eyeshadow, I think it's only fair that I use the really fun shimmery shade as my blush today. I'm a little bit nervous because it looks very sparkly, but I think that's just like an overspray. So I'm sure that'll kind of like disappear once I use it a little bit, but yeah, there are some heavy sparkles there. So let's just tap it on a little bit and see. She is sparkly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just like an overspray though. That first little bit. I mean, it's still shimmery, don't get me wrong, but there's definitely like some extra sparkle on top, and you can see like where I swatch, where my finger like made contact with the powder, it's less shimmery there. Okay, I keep putting on more because I feel like it's subtle, but watch me like be editing this and be like, oh my gosh, it's so pink. That's cute. Okay, I kind of want to put a little bit of the hot pink there. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's just take a little and just dip it on the back of my hand. Okay, let's just stop before it gets out of control, but that is so pretty. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use Gentle Firefly as the highlighter today. This one looks like it's a purpley one. And these don't have a base shade to them either, so they're pretty subtle. I can see a slight bit of purple there, but I honestly don't really want a ton of highlighter anyway. So I'm just gonna leave it quite simple and finish up the rest of this look, and I'll be right back to show you guys how it all looks once I'm done. And I'll do my hair and everything, you know, the usual. Okay, I was gonna wear different earrings, but I was like, listen, I've committed to the Barbie shtick now, so I'm gonna wear my Barbie earrings as well. Might as well really go for it. So yeah, this is the finished look. Definitely let me know what your favorite look is so far. If you like the green one, leave a green heart. If you like the pink one, leave a pink heart. I love knowing which look you guys think is more interesting. So yeah, definitely let me know. And let me tell you really quick what I used today to create this. And let's start off with the lip shade. So I decided to use a Rare Beauty Kind Words matte lipstick. This is the shade Lively. And it's like a peachy pink shade, a little bit lighter, but I thought it would be fun to pair with a pink look. And then I had to add a little bit of sparkle, so I'm wearing the Clarins lip oil. This is one of the shades they did for Sephora, and it's the white shade with like the sparklies, or like the sheer shade with white sparklies or silver. I don't know, it's sparkly, it's super cute, I love it, and also it's very comfortable. Okay, I'm wearing the Urban Decay Face Bond foundation. I feel like this is a Tish Light for me right now, which is awesome because summer is ending and I've been trying to catch as much sun as I can with SPF, of course. And then LYS concealer, I've just been really into the LYS foundation stick, so I thought, let me try the concealer again with this look and give the foundation a break. And of course I had to use my Say liquid bronzer. And then for my powder bronzer today, I did use the Hourglass Lotus Flower palette, and I just mixed these two shades. So I've been working on trying this palette out and using it as much as possible, but since this new Oden collection comes with blushes and highlighters, I was only able to use the bronzer. So that is everything for this look. Now that we've talked through that, let's go ahead and talk about this collection so I can let you guys know what my thoughts are on the products. So I definitely need to try the blushes and the highlighters even more. I do really like that they did some brighter colors just because I think these look really nice with my complexion. I can't wait to see these on a deeper skin tone, so I'm excited for that. I definitely would love to see more neutral shades with this kind of undertones so that it looks nice and vibrant on deeper and medium tan complexions as well. I think the packaging is beautiful as always. I am gonna say I would love to see Oden do some more neutral highlighters as well, because I don't always want to use a colorful highlighter, so that will be something to think about. I do have like a yellowy highlighter they came out with back in the day, but I'm pretty sure all the older shades got discontinued. So I think I would love just like a neutral gold shade and a rose gold shade. I know it's so cliche, but I would love some everyday tones that I like to wear every day. I know some people love to wear colorful highlighters. I think my thing is more definitely colorful eye looks, but just putting it out there. Oh, I also forgot to mention with this look, I did pop the shade Illusion on my inner corner as well, because I just wanted to give it a little bit of a bing, because I love that. So those are my thoughts on the highlighters and blushes. They're nice. I think that if you're looking for shades like this and you want to shop an indie brand, Oden does have some fun options for you guys. You guys know I'm an eyeshadow junkie, so of course my favorite part of this whole thing is the eyeshadow palette. I will say I think this is so fun that they did it like this. I'm sure there's so many of you out there that will probably say, and I don't blame you, that this could have easily been 2 palettes, but where's the fun in that? I feel like Oden has done a lot of 12 pan palettes, so I think it's kind of fun that they did a bigger palette, and it'll be really interesting to see how the bigger palettes are received, if people love them or if people are like, no, stick to the small palettes, because we like to have more curated color stories. I definitely feel like this is just laid out so well. I think if you just go down each row, you could have some really fun looks. Each of these makes like a really cute trio, so lots of options. And I just feel like there's so many palettes coming out that I think it's important for consumers to be able to look at a palette and see color stories. So even though it kind of looks chaotic, I feel like there is a lot of method to the madness. And yeah, they just form So many beautiful color stories. I wish I had more time to do more looks, but I swear the last couple of weeks of every month, it just seems like there's so many beautiful things coming out, and I want to do like 1,000 videos and 1,000 different eye looks, but I only have the same 24 hours in a day as you do, and I'm doing my best to keep up. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the 2 looks. I think this is so pretty. I think the packaging is stunning, and I'm so excited to add a bigger Oden's Eye palette to my collection. All the formulas feel very pigmented. I will say some of these shades are like a squishier formula, like this one that I used on my lid today, but it was fine. I really thought that using glitter glue made it easier, and then I just tapped a little bit on with my finger. Now, if you have very creasy eyelids or if you have oily eyelids, I would say watch creators that have similar lids just so you can see how it performs on their eyelids. But I think this is so cute. I think that shade is so interesting, and I just had a lot of fun, and I know I'm gonna have even more fun like putting looks together with this, and I think it's got such beautiful, interesting neutrals as well. So you can do a lot with this palette, and I think they did such an awesome job. So very happy with the palette. I'm not gonna go on and on. If you guys have any questions you wanna ask me, let me know down in the comments. So quick summary, this palette is launching on the 20th at 10 a.m. Central Time. I will definitely have a community tab post go live, so you guys don't forget about it. And I do have a discount code with Oden's Eye. It's just KHMAKEUP. If you want to use it, you can save on the collection. And I do make a commission as well, which really helps me out because I put that right back into my channel and review more things for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm sure there's a million other Oden's Eye videos going up at the same time. So I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to enter my monthly giveaway, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends!